He was clearly aiming at a deer in the forest. The moment he pulled the trigger, what fell down was actually a little boy. Jack was instantly shocked by the scene. He quickly ran over to check the situation. It really was a little boy lying on the grass. He desperately shook the little boy, but the boy already showed no signs of life. Jack was so scared his legs went weak and collapsed to the ground. He had absolutely no idea what to do. Just then, the child's father suddenly arrived. Seeing his child dead, he was in tremendous pain. When he saw the killer right in front of him, he didn't hesitate to raise his hunting rifle for revenge. Jack was scared out of his wits. After all, his mistake had become reality, but he desperately tried to explain it was just an accident. The father who just lost his son couldn't listen at all. Just as he was about to make Jack pay with his life, suddenly a gunshot rang out. The child's father got shot in the back and fell. Turns out Jack's hunting buddy arrived just in time. Jim thought Jack was in danger, so he didn't hesitate to shoot and kill the old man. But this series of tragedies completely broke Jack down. They originally came here to hunt, never expected to kill two people. In contrast, Jim acted very calmly. He immediately hid both bodies in the bushes. Seeing Jack still in shock, Jim quickly took Jack away from the scene, but an even bigger disaster was waiting for them. During their escape, both stayed silent. Jack in the passenger seat was pale with fear. What confused him even more was Jim actually stopped the car and still planned to continue hunting here. Jack couldn't help asking Jim why he was doing this. Only then did Jim tell him the real reason. If they just ran away now, it would be like directly admitting their crime. Better to pretend nothing happened from start to finish. Can you handle going to prison? I know I can't. Right now we're in the middle of nowhere. There's hundreds of kilometers of forest here. The two of us can't leave immediately. At least we need to stay here another day. Wait until night to return to the scene and handle evidence to make this act more convincing. They went to a nearby store, deliberately chatted with the owner for a long time, specifically mentioned they were hunting here. Wait until dark to return to the motel to rest. When the owner asked how their harvest was today, they deliberately said today was a waste, didn't see any game at all, but as soon as they got back to their room, they found problems. What should people do after being tired all day? Then they appeared at a restaurant, acting like they were especially hungry after a busy day. Taking the opportunity to reveal their hunting spot wasn't the forest where the incident happened. When midnight finally came, they finally returned to the scene. Jack was desperately digging holes to bury the bodies. Jim suddenly thought of something. The bullets fired were also important evidence. If discovered by others, the consequences would be unthinkable. Soon he found one of them in a tree, but the other bullet was nowhere to be found. He turned to look at that boy, touched the child's head with his hand, but found no blood traces. Then Jim finally understood everything. While Jack was burying that father, he walked aside alone, ready to act. Only by digging out the bullet could they ensure nothing would go wrong. Unexpectedly, just as he was about to start, he discovered something even more bizarre.